Hello and welcome. Today we are going to learn how to import Xero online invoice URLs to Airtable. So importing your Xero invoices into Airtable allows you to use Airtable's powerful automation and workflow features on your Xero data. Importing Xero online invoice URLs takes this one step further, allowing you to access the invoices from Airtable or build interfaces to let your Xero contacts view their own invoices. So you do need to have already imported your Xero invoices into Airtable. However, we have got this blog up on our website at datafetcher.com. Here at how to import Xero invoices to Airtable, you can also find this here using the current tutorial that you are viewing. We have this link just here. So once you've done that, you can come back to your Airtable base, and now you should have your invoices imported like so. Make sure that the table is titled Invoices, and then we'll be ready to start. So in order to begin, we want to now open up this extensions option in the right-hand corner. As you can see from your last tutorial, Data Fetcher already appears here, but in order to continue, we're going to go ahead and select Add an Extension, just that big blue button, and then once this pops up in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a search bar where you can search for Data Fetcher, just like so. Select Add and select Add Extension. Now the following screen will load where you can either create a free Data Fetcher account or you can simply continue with Google. Now it's time to create our request, so simply click that big blue button and the following screen will load. From this drop-down menu under Application, we want to search for Xero, just like so. And for the authorization, we want to select that Connect to Xero button. Data Fetcher will now request access to your Xero account, so simply select Allow Access. And as you can see, that connection has now been connected. So for your endpoint, you want to select Online Invoice, so you can just simply search for this like so. And now we want to title this. So I'm going to go ahead and title this as Fetch Online Xero Invoices. Then I'm going to select Save and Continue in the bottom right-hand corner. And this will bring us to the following screen. For invoice ID, we want to make this a reference to our Airtable field with the long invoice IDs in. So what we have to do here is click on this plus symbol over to the right-hand side of the invoice ID input. Now on this modal that opens, make sure that the table is your invoices table and that the field is the invoice ID field, just like so. As you can see, that data now appears here. Select Confirm, and now this is how it will now look in that input box, which means when we run the request, it will loop over and view and import the Xero online URL for each invoice. And then we do want for this to read Output Table and View and have this as Invoices and Grid View. Then we're going to go ahead and select Save and Run in the bottom right-hand corner. Select Continue, and as you can see, these fields are now being created. Here we arrive to the response field mapping screen, and this is where we can choose exactly which fields we would like to bring into our Airtable base. So for this example, we only have the one field that has come through, and we do want this as mapping to a new field, and this has automatically taken on that online invoice URL name. Then we're going to select Save and Run in the bottom right-hand corner, and this field is now being created. Select Show Output Table. Now we will arrive to the following screen, and here if we scroll to the right-hand side, we will see where new fields can be created. Now under the hidden fields, you can click on this button, and you may just need to switch this switch on if that doesn't automatically appear. Then you will see that online invoice URL is now turned on, and it appears here. So that has been created automatically. So this request will run for every record in our invoices table and import the Xero online invoice URLs into Airtable, just like so. So next time we run the request, it will import invoice URLs for lots of records that already have them imported to make things more efficient. So now what we're going to do is create a new grid view in our base. So over to the left-hand side, you'll see this grid option, select the plus symbol, and we're going to retitle this as Data fetcher needs invoice URL like so. Then we're going to select create new view, and here we'll arrive to the following page. Now we want to add some conditions to this grid view. So here we're going to select the filter button up in this menu, and we're going to select add condition. We'd like for this to read where, and then from the drop down menu we're going to select invoice ID, and from the following drop down menu is not empty, and then we're going to add a second condition, and here we're going to select the add condition, and we want for this one to read and online invoice URL, just like so, is empty from the following drop-down menu. Fantastic. Now that we are in this grid view, we're going to open up that fetch online Xero invoices request in Data Fetcher again. So we're going to select the extensions option up here in the right-hand corner, and then the following screen will automatically load and bring you back to where you have your requests. Here we have our fetch online Xero invoices. We want to open that one up, and we're going to change this output table and view to read invoices, and then from this drop down menu, instead of saying grid view, we want for this to read data fetcher needs invoice URL to select that view that we have just created. Then we're going to scroll down to the advanced settings down at the bottom here. As you can see, we're going to open that up, and we're going to scroll down to run on multiple records. So here we are. This is where you will find it, and we want to change this view as well. So you can leave that top input as invoices, and then from the next one we want to select again data fetcher needs invoice URL. Then we want to select save in the bottom right hand corner, and now we can close this window over. So we'll arrive back to this screen and we can return to that grid view. Now when you run the request, it will only fetch Xero online invoice URLs for those invoices that do not already have one. So hopefully today you have learned how to import Xero online invoice URLs to Airtable, but if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to us here at datafetcher.com, where, like I mentioned before, we do have that full-length blog for you to check out that way as well. And on top of that, we have other guides too, just like the how to import Xero invoices to Airtable if you need help with that one too. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn today. I really hope you have a good one.